For the given graph, we want to find any input values that produce the indicated value of f of x is equal to 3. So in my mind, I'm going to think of y equals to 3 and find it on the number line, y equals to 3. So when I go across, in this particular case, I have two intersections. So x is going to be equal to 1 and 4. Okay. Now we want to find the function value where we have f of 5. So that means x is equal to 5. So we're going to change colors, make that green. So if I look on the x-axis at 5 and go up, we have y, f of x, is equal to 4. Remember, the domain is the x values, and the range will be our y values. So looking at this, first thing I'm noticing there, it does not end. It continues on both sides. We don't have a colored circle or open circle there. So what that tells us, on the x-axis, our domain would be a negative infinity to a positive infinity. Whereas on the range, we have the y-axis, and notice that it goes down to 1 and then out. So this would be 1, and that would be a bracket to infinity. In this problem, we have f of x is equal to 2. We'll approach it the same way. Looking at the graph at y is 2. And notice here at y is 2, we also have two answers. So x is going to be equal to 0 and x is going to be equal to 3. We can have two x values, but we can't have two y values for an x value. X here is equal to a negative 1. I go to my graph at a negative 1, and I want to find out where y is. So f of x, or y, would be equal to a positive 1. Looking at the domain on the x-axis, we're going from a negative 4 all the way across to 5. So, and also, did you notice that we have the colored dots? So that means that it's inclusive. So we have a negative 4 to 5 with brackets. The range on the y-axis starts here at a negative 2 and goes up to 3. So we're going to say that that's a negative 2 and 3. We're going to use the brackets. We have another graph here, but this time f of x is equal to a negative 2. We approach this the same way as we did the last two. We're going to go to the y-axis and look at a -2, which is here. And we're going to check. We have 2 locations. So x is going to be 1 and 3. F of 4, which means x is equal to 4. X is equal to 4 here. So if we go up, it looks like y is going to be equal to 1. Our domain, what is our interval on our x-axis, would go from here at a -4 over to, and we go to infinity, right? But notice here, we have an open circle. So instead of putting a bracket at a -4, I'm going to use a parentheses, and infinities always end with parentheses. The range, which is our y, is here, and it goes to infinity. So we're going to say that range is a -3 to infinity.